What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of Astroneer. My name is Splattercat. Very, very happy to have you here today as we hang out and just take a jaunt among some of the further places that we haven't quite been yet. We did need to pick up Compound. Compound was going to be like one of those major things that we had to have before we go any further into the game, simply based on the fact that we wanted to build a spaceship, and I was going to build the little spaceship first. You got to start small with these projects. Little spaceship first, big spaceship last. But I think we should be more or less pretty good to go on. Ooh, there's a research object over here. Let me hop on out the whip real fast and grab. Oh, that's the. Why is that happening? Oh, my Alt key was stuck. Okay, that's interesting. See, kids, this is why you don't eat chorizo burritos over your keyboard. This is why, right here. This is the lesson that you will learn. Your keys will become sticky. They will not function the way that you want them to. I'm really, really tempted to bring back research objects. I'm going to go check out this place just on foot. I don't think I need to bring the car all the way over here just to check this out. Hopefully I don't have to burrow my way into this one. That would kind of suck. But so long as I can access the treasures that are inside, I don't really care. Yeah, it looks like I'm about to dig this one out. Alright. Well, let's see if there's an access point I can make use of. Normally, these have a couple of resources inside of them. We've also got another research box right there. Ah, there's the door. Okay, so we dig our way in here. We'll see what we've got. So we have a one seat. Okay, so that's pretty cool. We've also got what looks like, I don't even know if I can get through here. I may have to dig down even lower just to go underneath the crossbar right there. All right, so we have titanium. Very, very cool stuff. Titanium's always useful. Did that titanium actually go in my backpack? Okay, it did. Good. It just got sucked into the crafting slot. It scared me for a second. I was like, that resource is rare enough to where, like, I want it. I want it to exist in my life. Here. Oh, it's because that's blocking it. Gotcha. The crossbar acts as like a... This is going to be kind of tough to get out of here, too. Let me... Oh, it went straight through the wall. Never mind, then. It was super simple to get out of here. I'm going to sit that right there so that I can jump again. Got another research object on that side. We'll probably end up taking all of these back home so that we can get some level of research done. I'm going to... Oh, it doesn't fly. I was going to see if I could throw it. I was going to be like, whoop, and I was just going to throw it and see if it made it over to the car. And shenanigans and hilariousness might have ensued. Unfortunately, it didn't go down like that. I'm going to throw that right there. Instead, if I can attach you to like one of the back slots, that would probably be better, because then I can sit that right there. We're picking this thing apart with a quickness. Refill my oxygen, and we'll go back for the other research object, because at this point in the game, the only research that we're getting done is the research that comes from the spaceships that drop. Although I do think like we're probably more or less out of stuff at this point, and that's okay. This has been fairly beefy for like a pre-alpha, especially with regards to like the amount of stuff that's already connected to systems and things that you can do with just the things inside the game already. So I'm perfectly fine with it ending right here or in the next couple episodes if we end up, you know, not finding anything too cool. I'm hoping they allow you to do like star travel and stuff. Can I jump in this seat? Oh, you can jump in either seat and you can drive from either side. That's pretty cool. I hadn't really even thought about it. Off-roading. We are not on a road that should be obvious because we're in space. Nobody's been here. Yeah. Alright, so let's make our way back. Our wind turbine appears to spin up whenever we gain speed, which is pretty sweet. Either that or the wind is different in different spots. If they really wanted to mess with me and make this hilarious, they'd make it so you could clip your own airlines while you're riding around in your truck. Dude, this is the greatest invention ever, by the way. Like, do not play this game. The first thing you should make a beeline for is vehicles, and while in some ways it kind of cheapens the exploratory aspects of the game, it just makes it so much easier to do the stuff that you're trying to do anyways. It sincerely does. It makes your life so much more simple. Alright, so let's pull this in right here. I'm going to give it a minute to charge on the old, oh, I messed up. I fell down into a ditch. Sigh. Metaphor for real life, kids. Metaphor for real life. Oh, I can plug it in right there, too. Maybe I'll do that instead. That seems easy enough. Good. We'll take that. We will plug it in so that it's doing its thing. We'll throw the research up on top of there, although it is nighttime. So coming by electricity might be a little bit more difficult. What did we get out? No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Oh, we've actually completed all of the research. So we just got lithium out of that one. Unless it's specific objects that give you specific research, which is also possible. It's already full back up, so let's research it. Yeah, it looks like we're done with research unless there's some magical thing out there that I haven't seen yet. We've got a little bit of titanium in our backpack for right now. We've got a little bit of compound, although it's not going to be enough to do the task that I want to do. So we'll line that up for right now. I was hoping there'd be a few more things in the game that require, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 or 6 titanium, you know? Just like stretch goals to work towards, but that's okay. It's still a pretty sweet little game. I can pretty highly recommend it, in fact. How do I want to do this? I got more than enough resin sitting around right there. I don't think I need to concern myself much more aside. I mean, I can explore, I guess, but I don't really feel the need to. I feel like, oh, there's another thing over here that where did that come from? Did it fall off my other ship? It must have fallen off my other ship. Let's bring this back around then. We'll research this one too while we hang out here. Dunsies, and hopefully that'll give us some more titanium to play around with. I don't think I need any more oxygen tanks anyways. Oh, it's just lithium. Okay. I mean, lithium's still really, really useful, making battery supplies and whatnot for your base. That's nothing to scoff at. It's actually pretty sweet. I've got a 1-seater over here. I'm going to bring this back over to this side, and after crafting our next craft, I figure I'll probably need more of this. The first shuttle needs compounds. Now, I don't know if I can go back out to space or anything like that. It could be that we just depleted the first planet. I don't think that's going to be the way that it's going to play out, but it's possible. I know that we've got a compound deposit around here somewhere. Should be fairly close. There we go. I'm going to try and load this up with as many objects as possible. I'm going to load myself up with compound too. Just because you need a lot of it. If you don't have a lot of it, then you find yourself constantly just being like, where is my compound? I ain't got none. And it's deeply upsetting. Ah, there's more down beneath too. Although I gotta follow the old Minecraft adage that you never dig straight down. Will that restore my energy supply, or is that not like a side function of what this does? Get a little bit more there. But I think that's about it for that deposit, unless it spreads out in a different direction. Let me get my inventory unloaded onto the back of the... Well, I'll do it later. I was going to say, let me get my inventory unloaded onto the back of the vehicle. Avoiding rocks all the way, because I don't want to get wiped out. Astroneer, astrofar, driving around in my astrocar. Alright. If I can have some more stuff to load into the flatbed, that'd be perfectly fine and dandy. Cool. Don't want to get back into the truck right now. Load those two on there, and we should have, like, an amazing supply of compound from here on in because I can actually run things around. Is it enough? All I want to do is finish that last compound. Oh, I almost fell into a pit. That would have been bad. Alright, so now that we've avoided an Andy Dwyer death. Oh, you can back up, actually, if you turn the camera sideways. Oh, you see that right there? That pro-level driving? Yup. That's how we do it, do it. That's how we do it, do it. That's how we knew it. Probably go around this way to get some sweet air right there. Yup, sweet-ass air and also a whiplash to go along with it. Because that's how we do. Let's avoid crashing for now. I'm going to jump out right there. Plug the old vehicle in. Oh. There we go. Vehicle's plugged in. It's recharging its electricity, so that's fine. We've got enough compound on us to start building the spaceship. So let's go build that. Well, the shuttle. It's not a spaceship yet, but it will be. It will be. That's basically just a rocket that I've attached my body to. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, we can fill up the hydrazine tanks too. Kind of cool. Give me a pilot seat, please. Alright, so we have a pilot seat. Let me gather up some hydrazine. We'll get like 4 or 5 things of hydrazine, dump them in there, see how that does. Luckily, we've got plenty of space to hydrazine up, so... We also have loads and loads of hydrazine. It makes this easy. I don't know how many hydrazine canisters it's going to take to fully fill that up, but I want to be flying around with a pristine set of badassery going on. Not going to build the one seat right now. Instead, hydrazine goes inside of there. Oh, wow. That took more than I expected. Let me throw one more canister in there. That took far more hydrazine than I expected. I thought it was probably going to take like 2, maybe 3, but hey, 4 or 5 is good too. I'm interested to see how this plays out. Alright, I think we're full up. So what does this do? What? No way. There's other planets you can go to? I had no idea this was even a thing that could happen inside the confines of the game. What? Well, I think we should go to whatever planet we can reach. I suppose we'll go to this Barren one over here. Why not? Dude, this was not even a feature that I was aware of. I thought you just went to a planet and built a whole bunch of space shit. And now we're flying around, our ass attached to a rocket going to barren planets and boo shit. This is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be so rad. What in the hell just happened? Oh, we landed on the surface. Okay. So is there new research I can do here? Or like, how does this all work? This is kind of crazy. I wonder if there's like new things. So my guess would be this is new right here. What is that? Oh, that's just titanium. We can just like gather that. It doesn't even matter. Okay. Does this thing give me access for like a port so that I can build a base? Oh, it does. Hell yeah, son. Let's do it. Let's build a base here. I'll convert one of these into a pod of some kind. Let's go find some resin. New planet. Going to a new planet. Didn't even plan it to go to the planet. Yeah. All right. I'm fairly happy with the way that this turned out, although on a barren planet, I have to question. It does mark my shuttle, right? Okay, I just didn't want to get too far off the beaten path. Yeah, there are like new modules and stuff here that look different anyways, so maybe they give us new research that we can fiddle around with. This place is looking a little bit more hostile than I thought. And we've yet to see any resin either. Some power down in there. I like how we can see the other planet that we were just on, like, rotating up above us. It's pretty sweet, right? Although it looks like it's still drawing our base back on the other planet, which is going to be a little bit terrifying for our frame rate. I don't think our frame rate's going to survive well from that. Alright, good. We're topped off. The search for resin and the search for compound continues, so we can build ourselves a nice little base on the surface of this rock. There we go. There it is. Now we've got ourselves the resin. Oh my god, that's a crater. That's a big old bastard of a crater. Holy shit. Well, let's do our best not to fall into the big old bastard of a crater. All I really want to do is build myself like a little away base here. Although we're out of power. I gotta wait for that to recharge, unfortunately. And we don't have wind, neither sun to help us out with this. There we go. That's what I was shooting for. I was trying to scoop up as much of that as I could before it tried to lock me out. We got 3 resin from over here. It's right over the hill, so I can come back and get more. It looks like, actually, given the way that this rotates, we can only regenerate energy at certain angles, I guess. I mean, it's just like day and night on any other place, but here it might be faster and or slower. Refill the oxygen. So can I detach this now? Is that possible? I hope I can detach it. Hopefully I didn't just maroon myself on a new planet. Although it looks like this is a little bit limited in what it can actually do. If I double that up on resin, I might be able to make a new... No, because I've got to do it from a printer. So I'll have to build a printer here, and then once I get the printer, I can actually make the life support module so that I can build another base around it. It's not too bad, but still, I might be able to make it work. I think that on this planet, actually... Let me create another air tank using the... We landed, luckily... Man, that is really disorienting how fast this rock rotates. Like, it's concerning. It's really, really concerning. It keeps throwing me off. I keep being like, erp. Like, the movement is just like, I couldn't live on a planet like this. It's too much. Oh, yeah, it takes some energy to get the titanium off this bitch. Cool, we got a titanium. That's fine. I'm going to be out and away doing a lot of, like, away team stuff. And so the development of a few more tanks, I think, would be really, really good. Like, I don't think I'll need much more than, like, 4. That'll give me basically a huge amount of time away, but... Ah, it wasn't enough. Alright, I gotta wait for my energy to come back. There we go. Now we scooped another one. Give me one more tank. Cool. Tanks are good to go. It's going to take us a little bit longer to get our tanks filled back up, but it should be alright. Luckily, this thing produces its own oxygen, I guess, so hopefully it won't be that bad. One would assume that I can detach this somehow. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I'll just take off and we'll just hope for the best and be like, oh well, whatever happens, happens. Let's go back and get ourselves a little bit more compound, if we can. There's not actually a lot of it here. I'm gonna have to run about the edges of this thing and see if we can find something better before too long. Got an oxygen refiller right there, but I haven't clicked one since I got my air tanks because it makes me panicked and worried. A little bit of laterite. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Crater right there too. I mean, I'd prefer to build up something a little bit more useful here before I do anything else. We've basically got good sunlight right now. We got a whole bunch of random pyrite things sitting on top of strange mesas. I didn't realize that I'd wandered this far. I'm not trying to get super far away from my home ship. That makes me feel all kinds of worried. They should definitely probably worry about the performance. So at this point, up until this point, you got like a solid 35 frames no matter what you were doing. And it's at this point that the game is actually like falling over with regards to performance. So that might be something that I might focus on just to make sure that player comfort is maintained. Because if the frame rate gets too low, most people are just going to be like, I don't even want to play anymore. You know what I mean? Still, let's have a look at our graphical options here. What can I do? Graphics options. There's not actually a whole lot I can do. Can I lower the view distance maybe to help out with that slightly? Like, would that eliminate the other planets from view? Nah, it's the exact same performance level. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping that it would take the other planets off the screen so that we didn't have, like, the stars rotating around us and stuff like that. Or maybe that it used some kind of, like, minimal texture. Well, shit, I mean, I think if I can get here with a whole bunch of compound or maybe a whole bunch of... What is this right here? This is a compound mine. I need resin, though, first. If I can't get resin, then... that kind of sits us in an odd place. Holy shit, that's a crater. I mean, that thing's got gemstones and shit all over it. I feel like I'd be an asshole if I didn't at least try to take that back with me. Maybe not build all over this planet, but maybe we'll hop to the next one and see what happens there, too. Like, maybe there's like a Terran planet nearby. Maybe it's just because this moon is just too close in proximity. I didn't know if it was a moon or not. I actually didn't check the orbits while we were going through. I was so excited about the fact that we actually got to go to space that I was like, holy balls. I want to play with the sandbox right now. Right now. I don't know if I can attach this to my ship, but I would like to. So that I could take it back to the other planet and see if there's more research for us to have. If we get something that's a little bit less like a lander and a little bit more... Well, here. Oh, it does detach. Good. Okay. We got to get a resin supply before we come out here. At least like 8 resin that we can play around with. And then once that's done, I think we'll have a much better time on our new little moon base. I don't actually want to land there. I want to go back to that planet. There we go. You got to zoom in a little bit. So yeah, that's a moon around the world that we were already on. My guess is that the starship allows us to go to other like main Terran planets or like larger bodies because our hydrazine is burning out pretty quickly on this one. We went through a half a tank just sort of moving around, so... Alright, so around the side of the planet. Gonna find our base now. Where was our base at? Whew, a little bit of sunlight there. Can I like rotate around the planet in a different direction? Oh, there it is. Alright, so let's go back down to that starting point then. I do appreciate the fact that they put like concrete starting spots on each planet where there's like a little bubble that you click on, because finding your way back home in this situation might actually be a little terrifying and drastic. Cool. Go ahead and hop on out, but it looks as though... Well, let me see, because this is basically the end of the episode anyways, and our performance hasn't recovered now that we've landed back on our main planet. So that makes me a little bit nervous that it's like never going to recover. I will see you all in the next episode of Astroneer. Take care out there, everybody. It's been a lot of fun so far. This is a pretty sweet little game. I had no idea you go to other planets or whatever. That opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. I will see you all when next we meet. Get the game for yourself down below. If you like what I do here at the channel, make sure that you check out the Patreon, okay? All right. Bye-bye.